tonight I'm going to talk about Donald Trump's press conference at Mar-a-Lago, January 7th. January 7th, the press conference that Donald Trump had at Mar-a-Lago. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing the transcript, his speech, and there were some few things that I found very interesting on what he said and or proposed, which which will be very helpful to us. However, there are a few other things that I felt like, come on, man, like there's no need for it because as long as these stuff are not they not directly have no impact on us, why even brought it up? So the first thing that Donald Trump said is this, which I found very interesting. That is wonderful to talk about. Once you start talking about jobs, that's some great things. That is some wonderful things you that needs to be talking about because that will help us. That will help us financially. That will help American financially, and so that's the first thing he talked about is this. Is all right, I'm gonna read it.
And I'm thrilled to announce today that DMAC will be investing at least $20 billion over a very short period of time into the United States, and they may go double or even somewhat.
Good. So the Mac, what is the Mac? The Mac is a luxury property. It's a luxury real estate properties. So they basically go around the world, go in some other countries and build hotels, luxury hotels, and they have their landmark in different countries and around the world, which is wonderful. They're going to spend about $20 billion. They will invest $20 billion in the United States, which is wonderful. That is great. All right, that is wonderful, and because that's what we need. We need job in the country. We need job, but you can be talking about job if you don't talk about healthcare. And that's one thing I see that our new president don't even mention. Why is he not mention anything about healthcare? Because I think healthcare is one of the most important things that I mean, it's great that we gonna have jobs. Hello, you can't have no jobs without no health. How are you gonna be able to work if you don't have no health care? So and I think that's where Donald Trump kind of like I would agree with him if he because we have a broken healthcare system in this country, and there are a lot of people who I believe there. I mean, based on the studies, there are a lot of people who are dying every day because of lack of health insurance, and these are the things that I feel like the next administration or his administration needs to talk about. And he mentioned some great things um, that his administrations are about to take, though, which is wonderful. But why is he not mentioned? Why is he not saying anything about healthcare? That is the question I'm asking myself. Why there's no mention of healthcare? So all right. Before I dive into the problem, let's talk about some great thing that he also mentioned. So I already talked about the Mark. The Mark is a luxury real estate properties, and the CEO is Hussein Sajwani. So he is the CEO, and he's the CEO and the founder. So he will invest $20 billion um, and in the next years or so. So the other thing that Donald Trump talked about was inflation. Yeah, he said that inflation continued to rage, um, and that is true because the Fed hasn't still reached their goal, which was to get inflation at 2%. It hasn't still reached it. And yes, he will generate it. That has he will have to work with the Fed and try to reduce the interest rate at that level, and mortgage interest rate is at one of the actually one of the highest. It's at 7%. Now it depends on how on it depends on your credit score. Now if you have a bad credit score, that will go I will go up to 8%. If you have a good credit score would be like something like 800. If you have an 800 credit score, yeah, you'll probably at around 7%. Um, so, and these things are some of the things that he also mentioned that he will try to bring them down, and that is wonderful. Now, another important thing that I saw that he also mentioned was the price of energy, and I believe if it can get that down, um, if price of energy can go down, that would be awesome because that will affect the cost of products that we consume, like food. Things like that are very expensive. So that is these are the things that I believe that's gonna have a lot of positive effect on us, on our pocket. Because hey, listen, we can feel it, I mean, for some of you, you may not feel it, but yeah, I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at my screen. So for some of you, you may not feel it, but yeah, some of us, yeah, we can feel it at the supermarket. So if it can reduce price of energy, like he mentioned that he will drill baby, um, I think that would be wonderful to bring those prices down. Okay, let me play that real quick here. Oh, just hold on a second. So, all right, let me read it. I'm just gonna read it inside. Okay, it says inflation. The Fed, perfect. Okay, the other thing that Donald Trump mentioned was Donald Trump says that he won. He won every swing state. That is true. He won every swing state. He won the popular vote by millions and millions of people. Actually, that's not. I mean, millions. It depends on based on your opinion. It's about 2 millions. If you look at it, now he was complaining about the election because I don't think why. I mean, you won the election. Why would you complain about it? I don't know. He always doing something extra. I don't know why would he had to complain about the election. Why? You won it. You the president elect. Why would you complain about it? Like, I know you. I mean, there are some way you might want that to, like, want that system to function, and if it's not going, if it's not function at that, what you're looking for, just try to work with it and try to make it better. Anyway, he also mentioned that. Okay, let me see. It says nobody even knows. That's what it says. Nobody even knows how many people. I'm just reading from the script. Nobody even knows how many people, millions, and they are still counting in some areas. They are still counting the vote in some areas. Can you believe this? What a place! What a horrible place! What you're the president of the United States and you call the United States a horrible place? Come on, like, why nobody ever mentioned that? Preach, peach and love from New Jersey. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Wavy. Appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, okay, Donald Trump called United States a horrible place. What a horrible place. Now, all right, let me find out. Let me find that is crazy. Whoa. All right, here it is. I'm gonna play it for you guys.
nobody even knows how many people, millions. And they're still counting in some areas. You know, they're still counting the vote in some areas. Can you believe this? What a place! What a horrible place! One of the
Wow. So what a place. What a horrible place. So nobody mentioned that. Now, had someone else say, "Oh, what a horrible place," it would be a it would be a big news. Oh, my, so and so said the United States is a horrible place. Now, Donald Trump said it. Nobody say anything. Why? I don't know why. That's double standard right there. But anyway, all right. Let me keep moving. Let me move forward. Okay. All right. One of the things we are going to do is we've got to fix the election so that we get honest counts and they get done by 10 in the evening or something thereabouts. Um, now, is this possible to do? Yes, it is possible to do. Now, in some other places, it may not be possible to do because you have about 50 states. Um, there are different counties, and you receive like different counties receive the ballots from around the world because you have American from around the world who vote absentee ballot. So, is it possible to do it the way he said? Well, let's wait to see. All right. So the other thing that Donald Trump mentioned during this appeal law weeks ago. All right, peace. Sorry, brother. Trump is talking crazy. He wants Canada, Greenland, and wants to rename Panama. Yeah, so that I will mention that. I'm gonna talk about that. Those are the things that I feel like they are not going to directly affect us. Like for instance, not Greenland. Greenland, he has a good purpose. He has a good objective for Greenland. That's wonderful. However, for to rename the Gulf of Mexico, we have that's not gonna affect me. That's not gonna affect us. Yeah, that's not gonna affect my kids. That's not gonna affect my any of us. So why would you even mention that? It's no point. Anyway, all right, let me move forward. So all right, he says okay. President Biden's action yesterday on offshore drilling, banning offshore drilling, will not stand. I will reverse it immediately. It will be done immediately, and we will drill, baby. And we are going to be drilling in a lot of other locations, and the energy costs are going to come way down. That's wonderful. Now, what Biden did, that's political. All right, that's on them. They will they both are president. They will work toward that and make sure things are good for us. Yeah. Now, the reason why I mentioned that here is because later on, I but before I jump into that, let me read what that has to do with this. So when he said that the costs are going to come way down, that's wonderful. Now he said they will be brought down. They will be brought down to a very low level, and that's going to bring everything else down. That's what caused it to go up, along with the ridiculous spending on the Green New Scam, which is the Green Deal, I believe. All of this money, trillions of dollars, it's like throwing it right out of the window. And what they are doing, and they are trying to spend so much now. Now, that's he's basically trying to cut deficit. So that's wonderful, yeah. Because now we currently owe America. America currently owe $36 trillion, and we are currently in $36 trillion in debt. And I remember back in 2008 and '08, it was about 16. If, don't quote me on the number, but yeah, I remember it was about 16 going into 20. So and it was a lot. People were like, they were raged that we owe all this money. I remember during when Obama ran against Mitt Romney, that was one of the key point of the election at that time. So, all right, what he said about Hamas? Said all he will be break out. What's your opinion? So my opinion on Hamas now, you know, um, the way I see Donald Trump, the way his conduct he conducts his policy, foreign policy mostly, um, it's kind of like he sounds like a. I'm not now. I'm not saying he's a big bully. Okay, I'm not saying that, but it sounds like it. Okay, it sounds like a big bully. Now, if you do this, I'm gonna do that. Now, you see when you were in high school or in school and work in school and you have people coming at you and they don't even they know they can't fight and they try to make you you know scare you, so they're like, oh, why? If you come in, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. So I feel like that's how Donald Trump is. But anyway, so to get to your point now, for the Hamas, yeah, he's a very unpredictable president. I can't say anything about him, but the way I understand, yeah, he may be able to do that. He will probably. I don't know. Um, I'll wait. Listen, I'm gonna be here, and also in January 19th, January 19th and 20th, I will be in DC. I'll be live in DC. Now, yeah, like I said, I'm not. Let's wait and see. I can't comment on that because he's a very unpredictable president. I don't know what he has in store. So, all right, let me move on into the next one here. Now, that brings me to talk about we are going to be changing the name of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Now, Gulf of Mexico has that name for about 100 of years, hundred of years. But when I did my research, it was about 400 years. So in United States, the Gulf of Mexico or this water is shared between three countries: Cuba, United States, and Mexico. So, and now, how would how's that gonna affect us? What effect that's gonna have on us? Nothing. It's not gonna affect the economy. It's not everything gonna be the same. Well, we can choose to call it. We can choose to call it Gulf of America, but other country don't have to. People from other countries don't have to call it like that. So it's there's no point. There's no point. Basically saying that anyone can get the smoke, which I agree with. The stock market go up. Actually, the stock market already gone up, so that's no question. So Tesla went up by a lot, and yeah, the last time I checked, the S&P 500 was about $6,000, which is which is wonderful. And there are other stocks that went up. Also, Bitcoin went up by a lot too. Yeah. Now to go back to your basically saying that anyone can get the smoke, which I agree with. Yeah. Well, again, um, I don't want to comment on because Donald Trump is very unpredictable, and we can't say anything. Just have to wait and see. Unlike, because if you guys pay attention to my videos, you you'll see where I during the campaign he said let me see if I can find the video because I'll play the video so you guys can hear it better. Okay, let me look for the video real quick here. I'm gonna play just there you go. Here's the video. I'm gonna play it. You're not gonna see anything. You're just gonna play it. Okay.
Hey, y'all, come look at this. I want to get the war settled. I know Zelensky very well, and I know Putin very well. I have a good relationship, and they respect your president. Okay, they respect me. They don't respect Biden. How would you respect him? Why? For what reason? He hasn't even made a phone call in 2 years to Putin. Hasn't spoken to anybody. They don't even try and get it. That is a war that's dying to be settled. I will get it settled before I even become president.
If
Okay, so he said, "I will get it settled before I even become president." Now let's hear what he said during that press conference.
few moments later,
More difficult is going to be the Russia-Ukraine situation.
There we go. So now during the campaign, he said something, and then now he's been elected president. He says another thing. So I, you know, this guy, he's flip flopping, like he's changing his mind. He's changing his answers. So yeah, I can't really say anything about Donald Trump. He's so unpredictable. Okay, changing the norm of Mexico is mainly a political and symbolic move that likely won't have any concrete effect on America. That's yeah, wavy. That's exactly what I said. Yeah, it won't have anything. That's just symbolic. That's nothing. Now again, um, people from other countries can choose to call it Gulf of Mexico because that's what they known it as. They've known it as Gulf of Mexico, but they don't have to call it Gulf of America. And again, for us, yeah, we can call it Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, but nothing. Only thing what we get from the Gulf of Mexico is I mean, it's not only fish. We get fish. We get the trade road. That's it. That's it. We use that water to trade. That's basically it. Nothing else. We don't get nothing. Like I don't know why you Donald Trump even make that a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's nothing. That should not be a piece of his press conference. Now, what I would happy to see him talk more about is healthcare. Um, I went. I've I was a victim. My family is a victim of that, and it's heartbroken. Now it is a broken system. It's terrible, and we need to. I mean, actually, if he can talk about it, not just talk about it, but do something about that, I think that would be awesome for us, and also, I believe each one of you who are watching me right now probably suffer with that scam. That is that is one of the issue that we all have gone through. Like, my phone always gets some crazy phone call from scammers. So all of these are very important things that I think that needs to be talking about, not just like change the name of Gulf of Mexico. Now, let me talk about Greenland. Now, Greenland, the reason why I think Greenland would be a good move is because now, for national security, it will help us a lot. Okay, it will, because China and Russia are also um, are after this area. So they're looking at it very closely. They try to take over too. And one thing Donald Trump said was, I'm gonna look for it real quick here. Okay, he says, you look in outside, you have China ships all over the place. You have Russian ships all over the place. We are not letting that happen. And that is wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful for national security. That's great. Because yeah, China and Russia are all over the place. They try to control that island. Well, yeah, it's very hard. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's very hard because the last time when I checked, it was Greenland had signed. They control all the internal affair and all the external stuff on that Denmark. So which makes it very very hard. It's like you said, Wavy. No, it's not gonna happen. But it is a great move for national security to keep us safe here in America. All right. So that's Greenland. Now, there's one thing that okay, now when Donald Trump, hopefully, I don't know if you remember when I read that, he says President Biden's action yesterday on offshore drilling, banning offshore drilling will not stand. Now, that's what he previously said. Now, he said that I made us number one. Now, I think right here, Donald Trump is kind of like confusing himself. He confusing himself and also confuses me because I was watching that press conference. I spent my whole time watching the press conference, and I read it and I watched it. So, he said, "I made us number one. We are number one. We were number three." Actually, let me read what he said. We are number three. I made us number one in a very short period of time in drilling. Hello. Earlier you were complaining that President Biden banned offshore drilling, and then how you make us number one? That's confusing. Come on. It's confusing, man. Come on, man. I remember when I was in college, when I write a paper and if I contradict myself on one paragraph, and my professor will um, take off points from my paper, and that's exactly what Donald Trump would would get, because you basically confusing. Like, why earlier you said that this is this is what the current president is doing, and then later, like not even 5 minutes later, you said like, "Oh, we are number one, and I made this country number one in a short period of time in drilling." Like, that's confusing. That's very confusing. Anyway, again, that's why I said Donald Trump is very unpredictable. You can't, you don't know, you don't know where his mindset is. You don't, you don't know what he's thinking of. You don't know what is he gonna do. He's just like he's all over the place, like kind of like all over the place. Now, I'm not. Now, I want you to get this. I'm not talking bad about the guy. Okay. Now, I I I did not vote for him, but that doesn't make me like, I don't want you to think like I I don't like him. I don't know him. I can't judge him, but I'm gonna be judging him based on what he said. Okay. So, all right. He, like I said, he had said some great stuff that would help us. Okay. He said some wonderful things, but also he also confuses himself when he's talking. He also some crazy nonsense stuff. Okay. All right. Okay, now for Panama. Now, let me jump into Panama. Now, he said that China is at both end of Panama Canal. China is running the Panama Canal. All right. So based on my research, I did my research to what he said. I go ahead and do some research because I don't wanna promulgate. I don't wanna propagate some nonsense, falsehood. I want to say I want to say the right thing. So that's why I did my research. So, I based on state of government website, the U.S. Department of State archive. This is what they say. who owns Panama? Who owns Panama Canal now? Who owns it? Under I'm gonna read the answer to you. Under the terms of a 1903 treaty, the United States acquired unilateral rights to build and operate a canal in perpetuity. After years of negotiations and with the advice and consent of the Senate, in 1977, the government of the United States concluded a treaty with the government of Panama, calling the gradual transfer of full authority and control over the Panama Canal to the government of Panama. Hello. So Panama, the government of Panama has full control of the canal. So, and when Donald Trump says China is at both ends of the Panama Canal, I don't know where he gets that, but based on this here, it's clearly stated that the the Panama Canal belongs to the government, to the people of Panama, not nobody else. So I don't know where Donald Trump get that China is controlling the Panama. I think that's a little bit extreme for you as president. You don't say like, come on, there are things can't be saying. Like, come on, you're the president. You cannot say stuff like that. Like, it has to be it has to reflect facts. So I think that's where he gets it wrong here. I'm gonna play it for you guys real quick here. Now you can also watch the watch the press conference. But anyway, like I said, let me see. So there's Chris. There we go. All right, now let's listen.
Things we're going to do is we've got to fix over. China's at both ends of the Panama Canal. China's running the Panama Canal, and they come to see this Biden, this guy who should never have been allowed even to run for president.
Now he said two things. Now, okay, so he said that. Okay, it's two interesting things. Now, okay, so he said that China, the first part, which you heard it, and I read it to you. So, and then the next part is he says that Biden should never have been allowed even to run for president. Now, that is some extreme claim. Like, you're the president of you're the president elect, and you're gonna be president of the United States. Like that. Now, whatever you say has a lot of weight. You can't be saying that. Now, what is it? Listen. I'm not defending Biden. Okay, I want you to get that clear. I'm just trying to make sense of what he said. Now, why wouldn't Biden not allowed to run for president? Now, why? It's makes no sense. Now, he doesn't give no explanation of why, and it's now listen. Trump is gonna be our president. I'm not saying like some other crazy people saying, "Oh, he's not my president." He's our president. He's our president. However, but not because you are the president, you are a leader. You have to set examples for the next generation. Okay, so you can be saying all these nonsense. Like that's nonsense. All right, but anyway. All right. The first point is China doesn't control Panama Canal. That's not true, because based on that, that's not true.
Of course, she shouldn't have either, because that never happened. It had to be two people, not one.
Okay, so that's nonsense. Okay. Now let me go in the comment here. Let me read the comment. All right. Oh, happy New Year to everybody. So, Trump didn't rule out military force for the Canal of Greenland. Yeah, I just let you know. Okay. Yeah, I know he said that. He said he did not rule out. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. I know about that. Yeah. I guess you just don't understand how China moves or Greenland. Um, what's written on papers are different from how China operates. Did you know that? Okay, well, okay. Well, I think again, it's based on your opinion. I don't know, but anyway, so if you're gonna follow the laws, so you mean like China, the Chinese government doesn't respect no laws. It's now they probably don't respect laws in the mainland. Now when they're dealing with different countries, it's different. So it cannot be the same. Did you also know they are building a massive car plant in Mexico? I know China. I know China is very very involved in North America. I mean, more specifically in South America, Central America, because these people are tired of the way United States is running their foreign policies, and the way the United States is basically forcing other countries to, let's say, abide by human rights. Now, human rights in your country, human rights in Panama can be different than human rights in United States. So, because we have different culture, and that's one thing. That is one thing that U.S. government is not doesn't want to understand. So now, let me give an example here. An example can be like, okay, transgender, um, gay people marriage, like gay marriage of gay people, whatever. So um, in America, it's okay for people to marry two people of the same sex to marry. But if you go to Jamaica, you can't do that. You cannot do that. If you go to and let's say some country in Africa, you cannot do that. Um, Now, it is okay here in America, and that's just one example. Okay, so now the reason why I take that as an example is because now I'm not against same-sex marriage. I'm not against that. What I'm saying is you can't force other countries, you can't force other people to abide by your own rules. Not because you allowed this to happen in your country, you think you're gonna be able to do that in other people's country. No, it's not. It's different. And the same thing for democracy. Now, democracy cannot be working everywhere. Now, democracy can be working here fine because we kind of like, I'll say, we apply it really well, and we go about it like the way we go about it. People respect laws, people, government, all that. But in other countries, no, it's different. It is different. Okay, so that's the point. That's my point. And I when you said, Charles, when you said that they are now, China is building car plant in Mexico. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It is possible because these people in other countries are tired of the way United States U.S. government is implementing foreign policies, or foreign, their politics into their own lives, and they try to find other countries that can help them, and that's where China comes into play. Okay, we all know why he shouldn't be. Okay, it's sad. China is a massive powerhouse too. Yeah, all these and many more are the reason we massively voted for Trump to clean up the mess. Actually, again, listen. I've mentioned that here before. I'm gonna say it again. Now, I was born in Haiti. I was born and raised in Haiti. Now, the way growing up in Haiti, the way I see the government now, the way I see the government have been like depleted. The government, the lifestyle have been depleted in Haiti. Everything has gone down. Now, the US government has a lot to do with that too. Okay. Why would I say that now? If you I made a video about that in some my channel. Now, back I grew up in the 90s. Okay. So based on what I learned from my dad, the Ronald Reagan government back in the 80s encouraged, they went down there, the US government went down there and they encouraged the people there to kill all the pigs. That's one of the things, okay? So they encourage all the people, all the Haitian people to kill all the pigs down there in Haiti. Because at that time I heard it was a very popular fever, and they were trying to get rid of the fever, and they said that the fever came from those pigs, and they kill all the pigs, all of them. So they go and give the people, the Haitian people, money to kill all the pigs, and they bring new pigs that cannot sustain the life, the environment. And guess what happened to those new pigs? They all died. That's a natural resource that you just encourage those people to get rid of. Now we have no pigs we have no pigs in Haiti. There's no pigs in Haiti. And the Clinton administration, that's another one. The Clinton administration. So it's now the reason why I'm bringing all these back is to show you it's not about Democrats, it's not about Republican, it's all of them. It's just the mindset. So the Clinton government, the Clinton administration encouraged, and Clinton also said ask for forgiveness in one of the congressional speech or congressional thing he was doing. But anyway, so he also ordered his administration to order the Haitian government not to produce rice in the country. We used to produce a lot of rice. We used to produce our own rice. We don't buy no rice from other countries. And when they came back in the 1994, 1990, 96, 90, when Clinton was in power. So when they came in, they encouraged the government not to produce rice in the country. And now Clinton, now if you can Google that, Clinton, the reason why he said that, the reason why he encouraged that, it was because he wanted the farmers from Arkansas to make money. And they sent all the rice down there, okay, and discourage the production, the rice production in Haiti. So I'm telling you this is to show you it's not about Republican, it's not about Democrats. It's that mindset. It's that terrible mindset. Like when you go to somebody else's country, you change their way of thinking, you change their way of life, and it's terrible. It is not good. It is not good. And now, I heard a lot of Haitians have hope that Trump gonna do something. Trump is not gonna do anything. One thing I always encourage them, like, listen, you have to change your mindset. If you don't change your mindset, you're gonna stay where you're at. That's it. So it's not about Republican, it's not about Democrats. We have to change our foreign policy. Our foreign policy sucks in America. The American foreign policy is terrible. It is terrible. Okay, so I give you two examples. Now, I also have a video where I talk about that, how we've affected, like the US government affect what's going on down there. Haiti we don't produce no guns. We don't produce no guns. There are more guns in Haiti than, I'll say, than Florida right now. There are more guns in Haiti than in Florida. Where do we find all these guns? Think about it. So anyway, that's why these countries, okay, these countries in the Caribbean, in the South and Central America, try to invite other world power into their internal affairs. It's because of that. It's because of that we just like involve too much into people's business, Okay. So anyway, so tomorrow I'll try to have another live. I don't promise that, but I will try to have another live. And thank you, Charles. Thank you. Let me give you guys a shout out real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna start from Wavy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ron. I don't know if I say your name properly. If you still here, thank you. And again, Wavy, thank you for commenting. Morigana, I don't know if you're still here. Thank you. And Supremely Sublime, thank you. And Fire Ant underscore 187X, thank you for commenting. Okay, and Charles, thank you so much, man. It was a great discussion, and it is time for me to go to bed. Appreciate y'all. All right, like I said, I will be live January 19th. I will be in DC. I will be in the street up in DC, and so I hope to see you guys. There. Not in DC, but anyway, live with me. Okay, appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.